For this week's report, NH Fish and Game and UNH researchers look at rainbow smelt in Exeter. Tick season is upon us and the health department has tips for staying safe. The Exeter LitFest is coming to the Exeter Town Hall on April 6th. The Select Board discusses food trucks and automated lawn robots. And the Stuff the Bus food drive will be held to benefit St. Vincent de Paul Pantry. For Exeter TV, I'm Will Tapley, and this is the Exeter Biweekly Report. Let's get started. When you think of Exeter and our rivers, alewife river herring may come to mind. But there's another lesser-known species of fish that is struggling to survive in our waterways. At the suggestion of resident Tommy Bauer, Bob Glowacki and I went out to investigate.
On a cold, windy March evening, we went out to the Squamscott River to talk to a small group of souls braving the temps and wading into the brackish water to ask what they're doing. Biologist Matt Lee with New Hampshire Fish and Game's Marine Division waded out into the channel to check their fyke nets to see if they caught what they were looking for.
We sample at 3 tributaries of Great Bay. We do the Oyster River, Squamscott here, and the Winnacott River. So what we do is we set fyke nets out in the channel on 24-hour sets. We sample 3 days a week. We have one set day at the beginning of the week and then 3 sampling days. And essentially we are aiming to target rainbow smelt and intercept them in their migration upstream to spawn.
Rainbow smelt, an important species in ice fishing, are on the decline in New Hampshire and are listed as a species of concern by both state and federal agencies. New Hampshire Fish and Game and researchers at the University of New Hampshire are working together to understand more about the fish species and how our rivers and estuaries, such as the Great Bay, play a role in their survival.
Smelt are an anadromous fish that show up kind of earlier on than, like, say, the river herring that everybody's pretty familiar with. Have been conducting this survey since 2008. We have funding to be able to try to assess the population, use data that is comparable from year to year because of our standard sampling process, and basically just to try to get a handle on, what's the status of the species in the state.
In a New Hampshire Sea Grant article posted in 2022, Tim Briggs tells the stories of how locals in Exeter fish for smelt in the winter, continuing a centuries-long tradition. The importance of the resource culturally and environmentally is why UNH and New Hampshire Fish and Game are working to better understand smelt populations. One of the ways researchers are doing this is by inserting acoustic tags into the fish, which send out pings every few minutes to see where a specific fish is traveling during a season. Research is showing that these smelt may differ from other diadromous fish in that they don't necessarily return to the same river they spawned at. While Matt Lee and the group did not find any smelt that evening, they had been seeing a consistent 10 to 20 per sampling day just 2 weeks prior.
You tend to see the larger fish earlier on in the run, and then towards the end of it, as the water warms and spawning run is slowing down, you'll see a lot more smaller fish, which we're starting to see in some of the other rivers.
If you're interested in learning more about rainbow smelt, you can find information on the website of New Hampshire Fish and Game and read Tim Briggs' full story on smelt and other river run fish entitled Downriver and Out to Sea on the New Hampshire Sea Grant website, or find the links in the description of this video.
Up next, we spoke with Health Officer Madison Bailey about the dangers of tick-borne illnesses and how the town is working to understand and minimize risks to residents.
With spring having sprung, the ticks of Exeter have sprang back to life. The tiny little menace brings with it plenty of cautionary danger that every citizen of Exeter should be made aware of, particularly that of Lyme disease, a horrible disease that causes fatigue, arthritic joints, numbness, and heart problems that can last for years at a time. It is a difficult and dangerous disease to have, and is spread commonly through ticks. We went over to Rains Farm, which hosts a pretty popular walking trail, to meet up with the town's newest health and safety officer, Madison Bailey, to discuss her two-phase plan on getting the word out about the dangers of ticks.
The DHHS is the Department of Human Health Services for the state of New Hampshire. They monitor all public health initiatives in the state, and they recently found within a few years that black-legged ticks are the ones that carry the bacterium for Lyme disease. 60% of them in the whole state are infected with this disease, so there is a 60% chance when you're bit by a black tick that you will contract Lyme disease if the tick is not removed appropriately. And there's going to be different signs at the varying kiosks and entrances of the parking lots, and so these signs are just going to be posted for people to see and then be able to scan the QR codes when they're leaving if they find ticks.
If you're out and find a tick on your person, whether it's taken a bite or not, scanning the QR code leads to a quick and immediate resource to help both you remove the tiny trouble and the town identify statistics to know where the tick problem is at its most terrible. Examining the survey page, you are prompted only a few short questions, such as whether or not you or someone you know has been bitten, how many were found, what kind of precautions were taken to prevent them beforehand, as well as instructions on how to remove them using the Tick Pick Kit.
With that information, you'll sort of be able to map out where the population is.
Speaking of the tick picks, the health department will be giving out free tick picks in the town offices, where if one is indeed found on one's person, we'll be able to use the kit to quickly remove safely and effectively.
The tick picks are going to be found at the City Hall to start. They're going to be in a little kit with an instruction card on how to use them. And so when you properly remove a tick, you get the head, the body, the legs, and everything like that. And hopefully in phase 2, I'll be able to expand them to the high-risk areas as well.
So as hiking season begins, bring your spray, wear your jeans and long sleeves, and don't forget to keep a tick kit on you to protect yourself from the dangers of Lyme disease and ticks.
This program is designed to protect the community, so the more people who are bit by ticks participate in the survey, the better they'll be protected and be more knowledgeable of what's going on in the community.
The Exeter LitFest is celebrating 5 years of highlighting the rich literary heritage of Exeter NH. We sat down with Renee Allen and Laura Bricker to learn more about their upcoming event on April 6th.
Hey Renee.
Hey Laura, how are you?
I am fantastic. This is so exciting. We're getting to a really exciting time of the year here in Exeter. It is our 5th annual Exeter LitFest.
Yes, it is, and we are 2 of the members of the all-volunteer board. There are actually 8 of us, but the 2 of us are going to tell you a little bit about the event today. We're sitting here at the Art Gallery in the Town Hall, which is one of the spots that the festival takes place, as well as downstairs. So LitFest is always the first weekend in April, and it starts on Friday night with a kickoff party at the Exeter Library. This year they're bringing in Sharon Jones, a jazz singer who's really cool, for a nice dance party and all kinds of fun other things at the library like mocktails and themed rooms. So Saturday morning at 11 we have an event again at the Exeter Public Library. This is a children's and family event with 2 authors that write children's books, Suzanne Slade and Matt Tavares.
The main event of Exeter LitFest begins at 1 o'clock in the Exeter Town Hall. We are going to have our featured author, Elon Wu, who's going to be in discussion with Courtney Marshall from Phillips Exeter Academy. Elon is the author of Master Slave, Husband, Wife. This book has been getting a lot of attention. I'm currently reading it. It's a really gripping story. It's a true story, and we are thrilled to have her on board with us this year at Exeter LitFest. So at 2 o'clock, we are going to have featured poets upstairs. We've got Michael Brosnan, Kristen Lindquist, and Chelsea Woodward. And then 3 o'clock, we're going to have Matthew Hongoltz Hetling and Rachel Slade, and they're going to be moderated by Amanda Goki, who is from the Boston Globe, New Hampshire. We're really excited for that. And then at 3 o'clock upstairs, we're going to have a panel for those out there who have ever wondered, how do I write a children's book? Marie Miller and Wiki Rowland are going to be upstairs here at 3 o'clock with moderator Peg Aronian, talking about how they went about writing their own children's books. And then at 4 o'clock downstairs in the Exeter Town Hall, that's our big event this year. That is our keynote author, Andre Debuse III. He has a brand new book out. It is called Ghost Dogs on Killers and Kin. And he's going to be in discussion with Matt Miller from Phillips Exeter Academy. We've had a lot of enthusiasm for this keynote this year, so we are really thrilled to have him here at Exeter LitFest.
And we've been doing some fundraising this year because we are a 501c3 nonprofit and we have received some grants, so the Exeter LitFest continues to be free and open to the public. What a great lineup we have this year, as you can see. We have really hit our stride.
Yeah, this is a fantastic year for Exeter LitFest. I'm so excited. We've had a lot of enthusiasm in the community ahead of time. We have a great lineup of authors. Everything is free and open to everybody. So we hope to see you at the Exeter LitFest this year.
Thank you.
The Select Board discussed food truck vending and automated lawn mowing robots at their March 25th meeting. Here's a quick recap from our Meeting Minutes series. Welcome to your Meeting Minute for the Exeter Select Board's March 25th meeting. The meeting started off with the swearing in of elected officials after the town election earlier this year.
And the laws of the state of New Hampshire. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you all. Thank you for volunteering again for the BRC. We do have some other elected officials that are not here this evening, but we want to congratulate them also.
Food trucks in downtown were discussed recently in social media posts and in the news after a new vendor was awarded the mobile vending location next to the bandstand for the 2024 season. Town Manager Rustine gave an update on how the process for the bidding was carried out.
We opened 2 bids, and we received a bid from Michael Oliveira, who bid $4,000 for the spot, and then Clyde Bullins, he bid $2,500 for the spot. On December 5th, we had a concern about the lead bidder with the truck and the size of the truck, and we were told that the truck that the lead bidder would have was going to be 18 feet long for a 19-foot, 6-inch space. So we felt that that was okay at that time. And then on March 20th, there was the article in Seacoast Online that talked about the diner, the jukebox diner that was coming to the town. That's where we stood as of about 3-4 days ago. And at that point, the lead bidder decided to withdraw their bid.
In this case, there were 2 bidders, but if we have multiple bidders and, you know, there's the bidder in this case with the highest bid isn't ready to go as of 1/1, I'm not so sure that that's qualified.
So when things get out ahead of you, and when you don't have a clear process, that's when social media takes over, and it gets out of control, and it gets out of control quick.
Clyde Bullen, owner of Clyde's Cupcakes that operated out of the spot previously and lost the bid for this year, was also there to speak to the agenda item.
I don't have to do what I do. I do it because I love it, okay? Downtown Exeter is not making me rich. My wife enjoys interacting with people and that. The main reason I go downtown is so that the young of Exeter can see that there's a different person. Because some people in this town probably has never seen a black person before. So I go down so I can interact with the kids. My business is gonna take a hit from this. I went to the store today. Hey, Clyde, that's an angry guy. I didn't sign up for this. I put in a bid, I lost, and I took it in stride. But I saw that a picture of a truck didn't meet the requirements that I was held at, and I had the right to ask the town, hey, what's this? And that's it.
We had a flaw in our process. And for that, I'm sorry to all parties, because this should have gone better.
Parks and Recreation provided a proposal to purchase automated mowers.
I was lucky enough to go to a conference last year that really opened my eyes with how the big wave of robotics automated mowers are sweeping the nation. In times when we were having a hard time finding bodies to fill the spots, the technology's there and it's just going to free up time. I do know that I've talked to several vendors and they're all struggling to find people to mow. So why not do someone that's not going to call in sick, can do it at night, can do it in the rain, and always be there. We estimate we can bring $15,000 to $16,000 of revenue a year just painting these organizations' lines, while our guys do other things.
So that's why you're willing to put your revolving fund at risk here, because you're going to get the money back.
Correct.
Yeah, like I said, this is a no-brainer for me, the whole package.
To watch the full meeting, visit our Exeter TV YouTube page. The next Select Board meeting is slated for April 1st. See you there. And finally, we stopped by the St. Vincent de Paul Pantry so the organizers of the Stuff the Bus event could give you one last reminder before their upcoming food drive.
Hey Exeter community, come join the Exeter Rotary Club, Exeter Chamber, YMCA, and multiple community members to Stuff the Bus on April 6th. It's a food drive benefiting the Society of St. Vincent de Paul and our friends and neighbors in need. Hunger doesn't take a vacation, so help us stuff the bus with donations that will help children at home over this summer and no longer getting free breakfast and lunch from school. It's going to be a great day, April 6th, 9 to 2 at Shaw's, Hannaford, and Market Basket. We'll see you there.
That does it for this week's report. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help us spread the word. And head over to the town website and subscribe to the town's email newsletter to get this show and other town news sent directly to your inbox. We'll be back on April 12th for the next edition of the show. For Exeter TV, I'm Will Tapley, and this has been the Exeter Biweekly Report. Have a good weekend, Exeter.